Well, gentlemen, the reality of the matter is we are all here as friends. And we have very different backgrounds, but we've joined together. We have a unity in our cause here, and that is to be somebody's buddy, to be somebody's friend, in this particular case, to help them. And that's the reality. And that word reality is kind of tossed around today in a weird way. And I think we want to go back and look at that and think about what it actually means. For instance, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but there are these things on Facebook. There are these weird audio things. Like one of them says, you play it, and if you read the word, it says Yanni. And if you listen a different way, it says Laurel. You seen that thing? It's crazy. And you don't know why it works or how it works, but then you start to be able to hear both words out of the same sound. That's pretty nuts. Then there's a new one going around. And they point this way, and you read the word, and it says green needle. And then you look over here, and it says brainstorm. Same audio plays, you look at a different word, you hear it a different way. And so it looks like our perception, our realities at the moment seem to be somewhat flexible. And that is really pretty fascinating as far as what it means to us and knowing what we're doing in this life and what we're doing with ourselves and with everyone else on this planet. So tonight I want to examine the issue of reality. And I don't think there's any better way to look at reality than using magic. Yes. So we have some simple things here. We'll have a little fun and talk about what we think, why we think it, and how we think it. All right. So I have my wonderful wand here. I have a little play ball I got from the dollar store, a little kid's play ball here. I got a couple of those. Yeah. This one right here. Now, this is kind of weird. This is actually a contestant in this year's Miss Universe pageant. And she's going to win. You know her real well after this year. In 2020, this contestant right here will win the Miss Universe pageant, hands down. Here she is. Whoops. Yeah, Misinformation. You know her. There she is. She is going to be the 2020 Miss Universe. That's a fact. Misinformation right there. And I suggest you watch this year because I hear they're competing in the nude.
Ooh.
So keep watching there. So here's the thing. We're talking about all this reality, and you think about the great philosophers, Socrates and Plato. You may have recently heard that great philosopher, Rudyard Giuliani, and who was speaking at the steps of the Acropolis shopping mall in Newark, New Jersey. It was amazing. And he said, and I quote, "Truth isn't true." Is everything flexible? Well, I don't know. Let's do a little experiment, shall we? We're going to take the red ball. Oh, first, I'll tell you, I need to show you this. This is my favorite cup in the entire world. Yeah, it's a beautiful cup. If I'm going to have a drink, I want this cup because it is absolutely amazing. It came from a magic thing from Jeff McBride's Magic Tool. Magic and Meaning is a conference that I participate in. So I have my favorite cup here. What we're going to do first is take the green ball and put it up underneath the cup, just like this. Yeah. Cover it up nice and easy right there. Then we're going to take the red ball and I'm going to put it in my hand. Okay. Nothing there. Just put it in my hand. Watch, nice and simple, nice and easy. Ball goes in the hand. Now we're going to introduce something that'll make everything more interesting for you to follow on this issue of perception. Right in front of me is a little piece of paper, and it says red ball, but the word red is written in green. That creates cognitive dissonance, and your brain has to make a decision between what it's seen and what it reads. That means some of you may have a really weird perceptual experience of believing you now see a green ball in my hand. That's pretty weird. Now, where does the red ball go? Of course, it goes under the cup right there. Yeah. Now, I'm going to put the red ball away for now because it can get too confusing. And we're going to try this experiment again with the green ball. Right there, push it straight into my hand. Nothing else, just push it right in there. When we turn the paper around, it now says green ball, but the writing is red. Cognitive dissonance. Your brain has to fill in a blank and make a decision. Do I believe what I see or what I'm reading or what the words mean and the letters mean or what I thought? some of you will have a very strange perceptual experience here of believing the ball is now back to a red ball. It's pretty strange, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to try something really crazy now. I'm going to turn this sideways, and we're going to push this in like that. There we go. And if you watch very closely now, you can look and see part of the letters from either side of this. So you don't know what to think. You could put together any fantasy you want. That creates cognitive dissonance. And some of you are about to have one of the most bizarre perceptual experiences you've ever had. Watch very closely. You will see, there it is, the little polka dot ball. I'll hold it up here real close. It's polka dot. Now, I realize not everyone can see it like that. Some of you are perceiving it as checkerboard, and that's okay. And not everyone can see it at all. It's pretty crazy. In fact, those of you that can see it are probably more likely to see certain other things too, like unicorns and voter fraud. Now, if we close our eyes for just a second, open them again, your brain will literally reset back to a previously established reality. That's pretty interesting. Now, what I'm going to do, one last little experiment here. I'm going to take the red ball and the green ball, put them both right down in my fist like this, and we'll make one crazy change here. Now, there we go. This piece of paper now has the word ball on it. It's red, which is correct, but the shape has changed from a ball to a square. And so, cognitive dissonance. Some of you are about to have another very strange perceptual experience because you'll believe you see a square. Yeah, like that. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now, the moral of our little story here is that our perception does shift, and we drink from a cup of reality that we create. Yeah, you could say there's nothing in it, but the truth is our cup of reality is filled by almost everyone we meet and everything we encounter. Why, there's that magazine article you read the other day. There's that fellow you talked to in the checkout line at the grocery store. Why, there's even that BuddyCast web thing you watched. It's in there too. So while you may think you're creating your own cup of reality, the truth is others have had a hand in that. And that's a good thing, because you know what? One of the dangers we face now in our pandemic world, and we've seen it on a broad scale recently, is getting so isolated that we're separated by our phones and our fixed responses to just certain people. We lose the input of other thoughts. You know, we get to decide what we like or don't like. We get to decide things we agree or disagree with. But we don't get to decide whether water is wet or poison is bad for you. These things were said a long time ago. And as we drift away in isolation, it's important to pull ourselves back and be grounded. And one of the ways you do that is by staying connected to other people, maybe even other people who are not just like you. Yeah, I know. For instance, you could reach in your cup of reality and there's that guy you went to school with, but you haven't talked to for years. Yeah. There's that other guy next door to you. You know, he doesn't look like you. He doesn't dress like you. He doesn't talk like you. But you may want to make contact with him. You may want to actually make a buddy out of him, right? And add all of these things to your cup of reality. Oh, there's all kinds of people you see and meet on a daily basis, and we should be getting the benefit of their different input to help us all stay grounded. Each one of these people is in your life for a reason. Each one of these people can be a special contribution to your awareness. Each one of these people has a role to play in your reality that you drink from. So be open to those folks. There may be people who've done something nice for you. There may be people you're doing something nice for, like contributing to Tommy Burnett tonight. That's right. There may be people in your world who share your spiritual values, but do not share your spiritual tradition. All of these people make up what makes up you. You know, there's a famous quote that says, "We are all one, and only fear, beliefs, and ego separate us." So all of these people go into making the individual who and what they are. So in other words, it's good to have a lot of buddies. I'm Ed Underwood, and I approve this message. Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, nicely done, Ed.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
And what a great message.